Now welcome once again student. Today I am going to start the next chapter in the your syllabus, that is lines and angles. So before going for the exercise questions, I am going to explain certain definition which is required to solve the questions in the given exercises. So here certain definitions are there, that is line, segment and ray. So I am going to explain each and every what is line segment and what is the ray here. First, line. A line extend forever in both direction like this. Here I had given the example. So here you are going to get a line. Here you will find that in both the direction, that arrow shows that is going for the infinite. It means in both the direction it is going in the up to the infinite. So here the length of the line will be infinite. In both the direction it is going to be extended forever. So forever means it is not going to be finished. In the right side as well as in the left side, that line is going to be extended forever. So that is called the line. So if you are going to represent a line, suppose that if it is A and it is B here. So if you are going to represent the line with the name, you will represent like this, AB, and here you will make an arrow. It shows that it is a line and in both the direction it is going for forever. So that is called the line. Next, line segment. A line segment is just part of a line. It has two endpoints, like here I have taken, suppose that if it is P and it is Q. So PQ is a line segment. What is the difference in line and line segment? In the line, both the ends are not going to be fixed. That is going for the infinite. But in the line segment, both the ends are fixed. If you are going to take a line and if you are going to cut it from the 2 points, then you are going to get a line segment. So in the line segment, both starting and end points are fixed. So here PQ is a line segment, and how you will represent the line segment? So here you are going to write like this, PQ. So PQ means here it is the line segment. Now ray. A ray starts at one point and continues on forever in one direction. So here it is the ray. Here you will find for the ray one end point will be fixed, but in the other direction it is going for the infinite, that is for forever. So again in the ray one point is fixed, but the other, that is in the other direction, it is going for the infinite. So that is the ray. Here how you will represent the ray? Suppose that if it is C and it is D, then you are going to write it like this, CD, and here this arrow shows that here one point is fixed in the, that is C point is fixed here, and D, that is going up to the infinite. So again for the ray you can't find the length. Reason is that it is going for infinite in one of the directions. So that is the line segment and ray. So students, kindly note down the definition of line segments and ray. Now students, here I am going to explain about the angles. Angle, what is the angle? When two rays originate from a common endpoint, then an angle is formed. Here you can find OA, that is a ray. Here one point is fixed and in the other side it is going in the up to the infinite. OB is the another ray. One point O is fixed and other side it is going to be extended up to the infinite. Here both the ray OA and OB having one common point, that is O. So if both these ray are going to start from a common point, then you are going to get an angle, that is called the angle, and the name of the angle will be angle AOB. So here when two rays originate from a common point, here O is a common point, then you are going to get an angle. Yeah, you can say that an angle is formed. And what is the name of the angle? Angle AOB. So that is the angle. Now here certain types of angles are there. First one, acute angles. So an angle whose measure lies between 0 degree and 90 degree, that is called an acute angle. So any angle that will be lies between 0 and 90, that is called the acute angle. For example, if I am going to ask that 60 degree, what type of angle it is? So 60 degree is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degree. It means it is existing between 0 and 90. So 60 degree is an acute angle. In the same way, 45 degree, 80 degree, 75 degree, all these are the acute angle. Now right angle, an angle whose measure is 90 degree is called right angle. So an angle whose measure is exactly equal to 90 degree, that is called the right angle. So if you are going to draw a right angle, suppose that if I am going to take an example here it is like this. So that is, if it is exactly 90 degrees, so it is called the right angle. So right angle measure 90 degree. Now next, obtuse angle, an angle whose measure lies between 90 degree and 180 degree, that is called obtuse angle. It means that an angle which is greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree, that is called the obtuse angle. So if I am going to take certain example like 100 degree, 120 degree, 135 degree, so these are the angles which are greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. So these are called the obtuse angle. Next, straight angle, an angle whose measure is exactly 180 degree, that is called the straight angle. Straight angle, it means an angle, if I am going to take two rays, suppose that one ray OA, here it is OA, and I am going to take another ray, suppose that here O, and it is going in the other direction, that is B. So here it is going to form, BOA is going to form a straight line. So this angle will be 180 degree. So if you are going to get a straight line, then 180 degree angle is formed, that is called the straight angle. So it is going to form on a straight line, that's why its name is straight angle. So the measure of straight angle is 180 degree. Now next, that is the reflex angle. An angle whose measure lies between 180 degree and 360 degree is called a reflex angle. So an angle whose is greater than 180 degree and less than 360 degree, that will call the reflex angle. For example, 200 degree, 270 degree, 280 degree. So these are the angles which are existing between 180 and 360 degree, then these will be called the reflex angle. Now last one is the complete angle. An angle whose measure is exactly 360 degree, that is called complete angle. So in the complete angle, how you will denote the complete angle? Suppose that, and if it is going to take one rotation like this, so here if you are going to rotate a completely, then 360 degree angle will be formed. So that is the 360 degree. So the angle which is exactly equal to 360 degree, that is called the complete angle. So students, kindly write down about the angle and types of angle in your copy also. Now students, here are certain more important terms related to angles. Here, complementary angles. Two angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degree. If two angles are there and if the sum of both the angles is 90 degree, then both the angles are called complementary angle. For example, 30 degree and 60 degree, then sum of 30 and 60, that will be 90 degree. Then 30 degree and 60 degree are called complementary angles. If I am going to ask what is the complementary angle of 60 degree, that will be 30 degree. Again 42 degree and 48 degree, if you are going to add 42 and 48, that will be 90 degree. So the sum of 42 and 48 is 90 degree. So these two angles are called complementary angles. So students, if in the question it is given that find the complementary angle of, suppose that 40 degree. If the question is there, find the complementary angle of 40 degree, then how you will get the complementary angle of 40 degree? Then 90 degree minus 40 degree, that is equal to 50 degree. So complementary angle of 40 degree is 50 degree. What is the reason? 40 degree and 50 degree, sum will be 90 degree. So 40 and 50 degree are complementary angle. So the complementary angle of 40 degree is 50 degree, of complementary angle of 50 degree is 40 degree. Next, supplementary angles. Two angles are said to be supplementary if their sum is 180 degree. So if two angles are there and if the sum of both the angle is 180 degree, then both are called the supplementary angle. For example, 100 degree and 80 degree. If you are going to add 100 plus 80, 180 degree. So 100 degree and 80 degree are the supplementary angles. In the same way, 70 degree and 110 degree, the sum of both the angles will be 180 degree. So that's why 70 degree and 110 degree is the supplementary angle. If in the question it is asked that one angle is given and it is asked the supplementary angle of this angle, then you need to subtract that angle from 180 degree. For example, if I am going to ask that what is the supplementary angle of 50 degree, then 180 minus 50, that will be 130 degree. So supplementary angle of 50 degree is 130 degree. What is the reason? Sum of 50 and 130 is 180 degree. Now next is adjacent angles. So two angles are said to be adjacent angles if they have common vertex, they have a common arm, and their non-common arms are on either side of the common arm. Here I am going to explain with that example. Suppose that I take drawn here two angles, angles AOB and angle BOC. These are the two angles. Here you will find that in both the angle one point O is common. In angle BOA and angle BOC, O point is common. So that is called the common vertex, where all these angles are going to be meet. That is called the vertex. So here O is the vertex of the angle BOA and O is the vertex of angle BOC. It means in both the angles O is common. So that is having the common vertex. Now next, it means here you got that they have common vertex. It means both the angles should have a one common vertex. So here O is the common vertex. They have a common arm. What is called the arm? The ray by which the angle is going to be formed, that is called the arm. Here angle BOA. OA and OB is going to make the angle BOA. So OA and OB are called the arm for the angle BOA. In the same way angle BOC. Here OB and OC is going to make the angle BOC. So OB and OC is the arm for the angle BOC. In both the angle you will find that OB is common. In angle BOA, OB is there, and in angle BOC, OB is there. It means both the angle having a common arm. So here OB is common for both the angle. So that is the second. They have a common arm. So what is the common arm here? OB is the common arm. Now next, their non-common arms are on either side of the common arm. Non-common arms. So leaving that OB, OA and OC are the non-common arms. OA is existing in the angle BOA and OC is existing in the angle BOC. And here you are going to get that both the non-common arms, these are non-common arms. So both the non-common arms are in the either side of the common arm. It means one arm is in the other side and second non-common arm is in the other side of the common arm. So here these two angles, angle AOB and angle BOC, both angles are called the adjacent angles. So these three properties should be followed in the adjacent angles. So here these two angles having one common vertex, one common arm, and non-common arms should be in the either side of the common arm. So that these two angles are called the adjacent angles. Now linear pair of angles. If non-common arm of the adjacent angles are two opposite rays, then the angles are called linear pair of angles. So linear pair of angle, here suppose that one angle is there, angle BOC, and second angle is there, angle AOC. Here first, in both the angle one point is common, that is O. Here O is common for both the angle. And next, here it is the OC is common in both the angles. It means in angle BOC, OC is there, and angle AOC, OC is there. So OC is common arm for both the angles. Next, here both ray non-common arms OA and OB that are existing in the either side of the common arm OC. It means that these two angles are adjacent angles. These two angles are adjacent angles. But here you will find that OB and OA, that is non-common arm, that is going to make a straight line. OA and OB is going to make a straight line. It means it is a straight line. So here these two angles, in this case these are the adjacent angle, but here if it is a straight line, then these two angles are called the linear pair of angle. It means angle BOC and angle AOC are the linear pair of angles. And if it is a straight line, then sum of these two angles will be 180 degree. It means sum of linear pair of angles is always 180 degree. So that is called the linear pair of angles. So students, again you need to write down these important definitions in your copy: complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, and linear pair of angles. So thank you students, and once again you need to write these, and after that you need to learn these definitions.